How many people know his name?
Yes.
Okay, how many people here know what Sam does in the church?
Audio-visual.
Audio-visual, what does that mean?
The sound more than the visual.
Okay, very nice. Alright, so today we have an opportunity to get to know Uncle Sam a little bit better. So I'm just going to have a little Q&A with him, and he's also available to chat with you after, maybe, depending on your questions. So Sam, I'll have you start. Tell me, we're doing this sort of informal chat to get to know our adults, to get to know the neighborhood, to get to know people who are working, so that when we grow up and graduate from high school, we'd know what options are there out there, what the real world is, and also to get to know people in the church and what they do. So tell us a little bit about what your job is, what your title is, where you work, what your daily life is.
Okay. I work in Rogers. Rogers has mainly two areas, well, multiple areas, but they're from the network side is when you use your cell phone or use your home phone or high-speed internet or anything related to the network or the service, that goes through network. So this network, there is a bunch of people are monitoring it and trying to figure out if there is a problem. So for example, you're trying to make a phone call and you're not going to get through, or you didn't get through. So people would like to know why you didn't get through. So there is a bunch of applications that helps those guys diagnose what the problem is. So I'm responsible for implementing those applications, me and my team.
So basically what you're saying is you know who's texting who and who's calling who as we're talking right now.
I can get this information, yes, it's available.
Okay, be careful, because he's going to come after you. So Sam, tell us a little bit about your studying. Where did you study? What did you study? What did you want to be? Sorry, too many questions. Let's take it step by step. What did you study?
Let me start from the beginning. I grew up in Sudan, Africa, until I reached the high school. At that time, there is an Islamic government took over, and there was a war. And I think now it's over, but there was a war, and the rules was if you want to get your high school certificate, you have to go and serve there in the army from 6 to 12 months. After that, you can come in, you can get your high school degree, and then you can go to university if you're alive. I used to live in the northern side of Sudan, where the majority of the people were Muslims, and the war was between the northern and the southern. The southern, mainly, they were Christians. So, me being a Christian, part of the Muslim army, they generally put us at the front. So, Christians fighting Christians, literally. So what happened is I didn't have a future in Sudan because I didn't want to, or my parents at that time didn't want me to go into the army because they know they will lose their son, and I was not able to get my certificate or my degree. So literally I spent 16, 17 years studying and for nothing. So my dad managed to get me out of Sudan into Egypt. Wanted to go to what's called an Arab Academy for Science and Technology, and that was in Alexandria. And of course I didn't have my certificate with me at that time, but through connections we managed to get kind of like a pink slip. That pink slip had my grading, not an official piece of paper. We've been praying a lot because we didn't know how to proceed. We went to the admission office and we met with the VP there. My dad has promised him that within 2 to 3 months he will bring my official certificate if he accepts me. I was accepted, but I was accepted in the Navy section of the academy. My dad told me, no, I will not lose you, because that portion of studies, it means that I had to go and literally live at sea on a ship for 9 months at a time. So he said, it's better for me to get you back to Sudan than you take you be part of that faculty. We started praying again, and through the prayers, the Lord was able to listen to our needs, and I went to the electronics department. Of course, I didn't go there in full powers. I was part-time because I didn't have my certificate, my resume. I had no official papers. But I started my first semesters as a part-time student. Generally, it was supposed to take me, because of this action, it's supposed to take me 5.5 years. But I was working through summers, or studying through summers, and I was able to finish it in 4.5 years.